Let's get started using Nitrous. So navigate over to nitrous.io if you're not already there, and we'll go ahead and sign in with the account we created. So now that I'm signed in, I'm going to go to my dashboard. And then from here, you want to be at the boxes screen so that you can power on and start using your integrated development environment. So if it's not currently on, you should see a start button somewhere. And you can think of that as like starting up a virtual computer that we're using somewhere on a server. So you'll know that it's ready when you have the green light and you can see this IDE button. So I'm going to click that now. So this upper section here, that's kind of this darker section, this is where we're going to write our actual code for our application. And we're going to save those as text files. And this to the left, this is our file system. So this is where we store all of our files. You could think of this as like a hard drive, right? So we have folders, and folders have these black arrows next to them. And we can unfold them to see if anything's in them. And then we can have files just hanging out in there as well. Down here at the bottom part of the screen where you see console, this is like terminal on a Mac or your command prompt on a Windows PC. This is where we are going to control the actual computer. So think of it as like a command center where we can do certain special commands, and it's very input-output. So let's get familiar with it really quick. What we can do is type pwd, and that's a special command that will tell us which directory we're currently in. So we're going to print out the working directory by using this special command, pwd. And as you can see, we're inside some folder called home, and then inside another folder called action. So one thing you should know is that when you see this tilde right here, that tells you what directory you're currently in. So technically, we are in this root directory here. So we can't see the action and the home folders since they are levels above this, but we can go further into this hard drive and look at folders inside of this root directory that we call tilde. So another command you can do is type ls. And sometimes you have to click either on the cursor or next to it. So if you type ls and then hit enter, you'll see that it'll spit out the folders and files that are inside of the directory that you're in, right? So if we're sitting in the root directory right now with our console, we'll see that inside of it there's this workspace folder and then this readme file. So that's what ls does. So we can also change directories by typing cd and jump into the actual workspace folder like that. And now you'll see that the prompt has changed. So we've just jumped from this root directory to inside this workspace folder, and there's nothing in there right now. So another thing we can do is check which version of Ruby we have. So we can type ruby-v, and this is going to check which version of the language is installed. So as long as you have a version that says 2.0 or greater, you're going to be totally fine. We can also do the same for the Rails framework, so we can type rails-v. And there you go, it spits out that we have the Rails framework installed, and it tells us which version we have. So as long as you have 4.0 or greater, you're going to be okay.